So you probably noticed that I stopped doing Bible reviews almost entirely. At first, that's really all I did. In fact, I started this channel about 10 years ago now, just over 10 years ago, to originally feature some of the Bibles that my wife and I had been rebinding at home. We were going to start maybe a little business in which we tried to repair and rebind people's Bibles. It was a hobby that we enjoyed doing. It was very simple, working with leather and glue and knives. It was fun. It was something that Kelly and I did at the kitchen table. And I started this channel to post some of the Bibles that we had fixed and repaired and rebound for people. And that's how the channel grew. And as the channel grew, starting 10 years ago, all of a sudden I had opportunities to do Bible reviews, and I would get a Bible sent to me maybe from Cambridge or from Crossway. Those have been my two best partners over the years. Thomas Nelson a little bit, but mostly Crossway, and then Cambridge secondarily. And the Bible reviews are what grew this channel to what it is today. Now, here I am some 10 years later, and the channel has grown and changed entirely. Now, what I'm going to say right now is going to sound like a humble brag, and if this turns your stomach, please just go watch a different video. That's not my purpose in bragging about numbers or anything like that today. But what happened is that the channel grew, and the more the channel grew, the more I felt responsible as a person with a platform to speak about the things that really, really matter. And what really, really matters to me is, of course, the Scripture and Christ, the gospel. That's what really matters to me most. And so now I've just crossed the threshold of about 25,000 subscribers, and my total views are at 3.7 million. And what that means is that every single day now, at this point, here we are, late 2022, 8,000 people are watching this channel every single day. That's a huge number, but it's also for me a major, major responsibility. And so the more I thought about this, the more I realized I don't want to be a huckster for somebody else's product. At the end of the day, no matter how much I helped people to find the Bible that they really wanted to use, a good study Bible, a good carry Bible, a good wide margin Bible, of course I love me some wide margin Bibles, right? At the end of the day, what those Bible reviews were, in as much as they were helpful to some people, as that they were sort of like free advertising for these publishers. Now, I actually have good relationships with Crossway and Cambridge especially, Thomas Nelson too. And so I don't want to say anything to denigrate those relationships because they've been so good for so long. But at the end of the day, people were coming to this channel because they could find a solid review of the Bible that they wanted before they would buy it. And in my estimation, those videos were extraordinarily helpful to those particular publishers. Now, Crossway is it's a nonprofit. It's actually a Bible and tract ministry, believe it or not. So I love what Crossway is doing. Cambridge, not so much. Thomas Nelson, owned by HarperCollins. Those are businesses, although there's a lot of Christians that are working in those businesses. So nothing against that. But at the end of the day, I felt like, why am I doing free commercials for these companies? Of course, they're giving me Bibles to review and things like that. But the more Bibles I did, the more I realized, man, I just don't think this is what I was born to do. I was not put on this earth to talk about leather and paper. Now, to this day, don't get me wrong, I still love a good quality Bible. Still use my Cambridge wide margin every single day, as well as other Bibles that I like, my ESV study Bible over there. Love those Bibles. But you can only talk about leather so many times. I mean, how many times can you make a video where you say, this leather is good, this leather is very good, or this paper is thicker than that paper? And I just kind of got to the place where I'm like, this is not me. This is not what I do. I want to talk about Christ. I want to share the gospel. I want to share my preaching content. I want to share my thoughts with the world, because what I'm trying to fill my brain with is Jesus Christ, and my heart with Jesus Christ. And so slowly I began to wind down the Bible reviews and to move more and more into gospel preaching and doctrinally teaching content. That transition has been slow, but I do think it has been entirely successful. My numbers have continued to grow. I still gain about 500 or 600 subscribers every single month. My numbers are doing very well, and I want to turn all of that into opportunities to share Jesus with the world. If 8,000 people are going to tune into this channel every single day, what do I want them to get out of it? A good suggestion for a product? No, I want them to get Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Everything I do should be gospel proclamation. And I do a lot of different things. I'm a pastor of a local church. So what do I preach? I preach Christ. I teach adjunct at RPTS in Pittsburgh. I want everything I do to be just filled with Christ and the gospel. I write articles, technical or academic articles, usually about Jonathan Edwards, but always from a believing Christian, high view of Scripture point of view. Even down to my tweets and my Instagram, I want everything I do to point to Jesus Christ. And so as I began to think about the purpose and the trajectory of this channel, the more I realized, hey, anybody can do Bible reviews. Anybody can do that. All you need is a camera and a YouTube channel. Anybody can do that. And I'm not denigrating those who do Bible reviews, though I think it is pretty easy, to be completely honest, because all you have to do is turn on your cell phone or your camera and talk about it and show some good pictures. Anybody can do that, but I think that at this point, with the platform that I have, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me to be doing anything else than gospel proclamation. Now, will I ever do any Bible reviews again? Maybe I will. I'd still like to do like a 10-year review of my Cambridge wide margin just to show how it's held up over the years and my note-taking systems and things like that. So I'm not saying I'm never going to turn the camera on a Bible again, but I just don't feel as energized or interested in doing those kinds of things anymore. There's too many other people that can do them and can do them way better than I was able to do them. People with better cameras, better microphones, better setups. Man, if you want great Bible reviews, Tim Wildsmith is doing awesome things. Randy Brown from Bible Buying Guide is doing awesome things. There's so many people that do it better than me. I just don't think that's my niche anymore. So from this point on, pretty much all you're going to get is the gospel. Hope you still like my stuff. Love you lots. Talk to you later.